welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren and today I'm going to be showing you how to get that perfect salon blowout but without the blow dryer. So using a blow dryer I always find is really hard to get that flipped look. It requires a lot of technique. And for those of us who find it a little bit more difficult to do, I have found the perfect way on how to get that salon blowout look but without using a blow dryer. So if you want to see how to get the perfect salon blowout without using the blow dryer, please keep watching. So before we get started, there are a couple of things that we will need. First, we're going to be using this curling iron. You don't have to use this exact one, but this one is very good. I think it's a 1 inch or 1.5 inch. I will link it down below, but this is the Baby Bliss Pro and I love it. It is amazing. You'll also be needing some hairspray. I'm going to also be using some heat protectant spray and bobby pins. And don't forget a clip or a hair tie for sectioning off the hair. You need to make sure that your hair is straightened when we start. So I literally just straighten my hair with a regular straightening iron. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything. I like to section my hair off first. I just run a part down the middle. I'm going to just tie up this hair while we work on this side. You just don't want to tie it too tight because you don't want to get any like bend in the hair. Now I am going to section this side of my hair off. I usually do around 3 sections on each side. So this is going to be the first section. Just tie that up there and clip it. We're going to take this curling iron, and when you're going at the bottom, you don't want to take like too small of a piece. You want to take a pretty larger section. We're going to start right here. We're going to just flip like that, and we're going to hold it just for about like 10 seconds. Now we're gonna let it go, but we're not gonna pull it. We're literally just going to let it go like that. Then we're gonna take a bobby pin, and you wanna make sure that you're doing this while the hair is still hot. So we're gonna just take the hair like this and just roll it up. And we're gonna take a bobby pin, and we're gonna pin the hair just like that and keep it there. Next, we move on to the next part, next section. We're gonna do literally the same thing. So we're gonna start right here at the end, twist, go down, twist, twist, twist. Make sure you get the ends, because the whole point of this look is to get that flipped end that looks like you got from a blow dryer. So we don't want to go all the way up because we don't want the hair to be too like curly at the top. Also keep in mind we want to make sure that we're holding it up like this. That way the wave at the end doesn't fall. So now I'm going to let it go like this again. And right now, yes, the curls look very curly, but it won't look like that in the end. So we're going to take this bobby pin and pin it up. Be careful too not to like burn your fingertips because the hair does get very hot when you take it off of the curling iron. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. So once we finish this section, just like this, we're gonna wanna take the hairspray and spray it. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the next section. You wanna make sure though that these don't get, like you don't wanna brush them through, you wanna make sure that they stay up there. So we're gonna go for the next section. And this next section, I'm literally just going to do this in half. Now we're gonna take another section of hair just like this, not too small, not too big, and we're going to take the iron, put it towards the end, and curl up. Again, we're going to hold it for about 10 seconds and make sure you get that bobby pin ready, and also try not to burn your fingers because it does get very hot. Okay, now that you're all done with this section, again, we're gonna go over and spray it with some hairspray. And now for the last section, on this side, we're gonna go ahead and take the hair down, but be careful because you don't want to ruin any of the hair that we have pinned up. You want to make sure that the hair is hot when you're putting it up in the bobby pin. If it cools down too much by the time you get the bobby pin on, then you might want to take it out and redo it just to make sure that it holds. So now when we get to the front, I do have like a few shorter pieces, I guess they're longer bangs. Just make sure you section off your bangs or your front if you have any shorter hair in the front like that. And we're gonna do the long piece now. Now that we are at the front, we're literally going to do the same thing, except we're gonna curl the whole piece. So now that we finished this section of hair, we're gonna go ahead and hairspray it again, just to make sure that the top layer stays and just to go over. You don't want to do too much hairspray though. You want to make sure that the hair still stays soft. So if you have a hairspray that's like really like a hard hold, or like just makes the hair very crunchy, I would recommend using one that still makes the hair loose and doesn't like keep it too stiff. This is a flex hairspray, so that's something like that I would recommend because you want to have that blowout look. You don't want it to be like super stiff. Now we are going to move on to the next section. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and do literally the same thing. You want to make sure that we're curling out and not in. so now that I have finished putting all of the hair up, we're gonna go ahead and spray it again. Now that all of the hair is pinned up, I would recommend waiting anywhere between like 15 to 30 minutes or longer. You can do 45 minutes to keep the hair pinned up. That way it'll really make sure that it holds. And I'm going to wait a little bit and I will be back. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the pins. So I'm gonna start from the bottom on this side since that was the first ones that I put up. So I know this looks a little bit crazy right now, but don't worry, this is not the finished product. So now this is what it looks like when you take it out of the bobby pin. But like I said, this is not the finished product. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a brush and I'm going to just kind of gently brush through this. The bangs here are a little bit curly for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get my straightening iron. I'm gonna just kind of go over the pieces like at the front and up here a little bit just to kind of smooth it out. So now I'm gonna take the the straightening iron, sorry, and I'm just gonna kind of straighten that part out. And I'm gonna just go along here. If you like a lot of volume, then keep it as it is. I don't really like too much volume. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of straighten through the top, just to keep it with that little bit of that blown out look. Okay, and now on to the next side. If you're going in with a straightening iron, you don't want to go to the bottom. Okay, so now we are done, and this is the final product. It literally looks like I just came home from the salon and I got a perfect blowout. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you loved this at-home salon blowout technique. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to give this video a thumbs up. Again, thank you so much for watching.